Next, I'm going to put some of the rigging components into this assembly. So first, I want to save this assembly. It's nice to have just that. And then I already have the block subassembly open, which is the first one that I want. So I'm going to hide the stationary pieces because they'll just get in the way. And I want to show the rigging sketches, and I can also show this one. Okay. So insert components, we want the block subassembly. For the block subassembly, we have two of them down here and two of them up here, but they're not on this face. They're over on the face of this tube, this back bar. And we can just mate these conventionally. They should update. So I'll go this face to here. We'll go this one. We should put it on the point. And we can go this parallel to there. Oh, it looks like my point was not concentric, so I'll come back and fix that. So it did a coincident mate, but we really want a concentric mate. Of course, it's not actually fixed right now because that's a sliding part, but that's okay. Let's just temporarily fix this just to make sure that we've got this fully defined. That's good. All right, come back into the block subassembly, right-click, copy with mates. We'll just do this a few more times. So it's still going to be coincident to that. That's correct. We're going to do concentric to this point, and we will repeat parallel to that line. Good. Okay, and now we've got a change. So now we're no longer going to repeat that coincident. It's going to be this one up here. Good, it flipped it around for us. That's what we want. Concentric will be concentric to this point, and parallel will be parallel to this line. I want to flip that parallel. Oh, that's not convenient. Let's do parallel to this bottom face instead. We may have to alter this. Okay. Let's go to mates in Thrifty Elevator. So this is the block subassembly. So I got there, I clicked on this, it highlighted the part. We want to go up to the assembly, drop down, and under parallel, let's go ahead and delete this line and choose this face instead. Then we can flip the alignment and it works. Good. A line does not have a normal. It does not have a direction to it because you could pick any number of possible directions that are perpendicular to the line. Whereas a plane like this has a normal, and that's what you get when you do a normal to. And there's also an anti-normal, which would be looking at this from the opposite side. And that's what happens when you flip this direction. So I'll choose the block subassembly again, right-click, copy with mates. Because we've already chosen that bottom face, we should be able to blast through this. So I'll repeat the coincident. We will choose this as the concentric, and we'll actually repeat the parallel because that should work. Yep, that works. Check. We're done. So we've put our rigging components on there. Let's see what this looks like from the side. Our circle lines up. That's good. Our center lines up. That means we did this right. And this lines up here. And because we defined these as vertical in our layout sketch, these should also actually line up here. Excellent. We can also put the rope clamps on, although those will be pertinent to the next stage. Tell you what, let's hold off on that. Let's show our stationary stage. And float this middle stage. We can get rid of some of the sketches here, because this is a bear to look at right now. So, I'd like to clean this up just a little bit before we move on. This set of parts here should really be its own subassembly, because this all moves together. In order to do that, you can just select all of these parts, right-click, and say Form New Subassembly. And now we have this subassembly within. Let's go ahead and open it. Ta-da! And we can make the origin of this be a convenient thing too. Actually, it's already pretty good. So let's go ahead. You'll notice that this piece is actually free in the subassembly. So we should fix this first component, and now the assembly is fully defined. But we can go ahead and do a save as here, and we'll call this the Thrifty Elevator lower stage. Come on, save as. Yes, it's being referenced by other documents, and we do want to replace those references, is what it's asking. We want this subassembly that we're saving, we're making a new file, to replace the one in our elevator assembly. We go back to our Thrifty Elevator assembly. Should be right behind. There we go. We have a lower stage assembly. And we'll gain some parts probably that should be with the stationary tubes, but we can leave that for later. There are no parts that make that up yet.